If you're anything like me, you sometimes prefer traveling in the off season to avoid the crowds and have more of a unique experience. Japan is beautiful in the winter, and there are still so many things to do, even though it can be cold. This video goes over some of the best things to do in Japan in the winter. You can reach all these places with a JR Rail Pass and using the metro. First thing first, Nagasaki Lantern Festival. You can use a JR Rail Pass to get all the way to Nagasaki and experience the Chinese New Year lantern celebration. There are over 15,000 lanterns with different shapes and colors, along with performances like dragon dances and circus performers. Try some new food from the street vendors at the festival and enjoy the slower pace of Nagasaki compared to the hustle and bustle of Tokyo. The festival usually happens around January to February, but check their website for specific dates depending on the year. This is one of my favorite things to do in Japan during the winter. Himeji Castle and Kokoen Garden in Himeji. On your way to Nagasaki, be sure to stop in Himeji to see what is considered one of Japan's most striking castles, and a World Heritage Site. Although the entrance to the castle isn't free, there are free English and Japanese-speaking tour guides standing just past the ticket office. Aaron and I met the nicest tour guide ever. Here's a picture of all of us standing together. Keep in mind, the castle is not heated and is made of wood, so in the winter it gets very cold. Because you have to take off your shoes when entering Himeji Castle, I would recommend wearing very warm socks. To visit the Himeji Garden, it's only 50 yen more per adult, and I thought it was worth it. The garden was broken up into different parts, and they were all beautiful, even in the winter. Arguably, one of the most popular places in Japan is Senso-ji in Tokyo. Senso-ji is a popular Buddhist temple. There are hundreds of vendors lining the streets around the temple where you can get anything from a sweet snack to a new pair of shoes. I got some warm yuzu juice and it was delicious. There's even a sweet view of the Tokyo Skytree. Senso-ji can get pretty crowded, even in the winter. So if you're wanting to avoid a lot of the crowds, I would recommend going early in the morning. Check out their official website to see different celebrations throughout the year. teamLab planets in Tokyo. I'm going to be honest, I'm not usually a fan of art exhibits or museums, but this interactive art experience was so much fun. At the entrance of the exhibit, there is a free place to put your shoes and jacket because no shoes are allowed in the exhibit. Make sure to wear something you can roll up to your knees because you will be walking through water. I would recommend reserving your tickets in advance to ensure you get a spot. Arashiyama Bamboo Grove in Kyoto. This was definitely one of my favorite places to experience in Japan. My wife and I wanted to move here after visiting. The bamboo grove was unique and beautiful, but what actually made the visit to Kyoto was the short hiking trail we found just past the bamboo forest. The path split at the end of the forest, and most people were going left, so obviously, we decided to go right. If you walk past the Okochi Sanso Garden and go to the Mikami Jinja Shrine, next to the Ogura Pond, there are some wooden steps that lead to the forest that is growing mosses. Yes, that's the name. At the top of the moss forest, there was a hiking trail that we followed until we hit a gate and couldn't go any further. We also met a nice, elderly Japanese man at the top of the hike, and meeting him made the hike that much memorable. The hike had incredible views of Kyoto. If you want even more beautiful views, I would recommend walking by the Katsura River and checking out the Arashiyama Park observation decks. Tokyo Skytree in Tokyo. Want an incredible view of Tokyo and a chance to see Mount Fuji? Tokyo Skytree is the place for you. After riding on an elevator up to the tembo deck of the 350-meter tower, you get a 360-degree view of Tokyo and can even see Mount Fuji in the distance. We went at 5 p.m. to see the sunset, but the view would be amazing any time of the day. How long you spend at the top of the tower is not limited besides when they are closing, so take the time to take in the views. The tower is on top of a huge shopping center, so after soaking in the views, head down to do some shopping or get some food. Buying tickets in advance is a lot cheaper, so keep that in mind as you are planning your trip. Hakone. Although Hakone is still touristy, it is a beautiful break from the bustle of the city. With a Hakone free pass, you have access to all the buses and cable car in Hakone. Ride the Hakone ropeway, go on the Hakone sightseeing cruise, while getting discounts on so many other activities in the Hakone area. The pass is valid for 2 or 3 days, depending on what you purchase, and includes the train ride to and from the Hakone area using the Dakyu line from Odawara Station. Remember that it's only a one-time use, so you can only go to Hakone once and come back from Hakone. Even in the winter, this area was beautiful and a fun little adventure. You can even boil an egg in a hot spring. Shinjuku Gyoen National Garden. This massive garden area includes a Japanese traditional garden, French garden, English garden, a stunning greenhouse, and more. Even in January, the landscape was beautiful. If you get cold, spend some time admiring the beauty of the tropical feeling greenhouse. Towards the end of January, you have the chance of seeing cherry blossoms. I was there on January 27th, and a few cherry trees were already starting to bloom. If you're hungry when you get there, there is a really good restaurant in the information center that is actually pretty reasonably priced. Osaka Aquarium Kaiyukan. This is an activity that can be fun for both adults and for kids. The aquarium is well maintained and a great place to spend time, especially if it's cold outside. See animals like a capybara, whale sharks, dolphins, jellyfish. Check out the official website for feeding times for the animals. If you have the chance, be there for the feeding of the ringed seals. It was super fun to watch. Shibuya. Home to one of the most crowded intersections in Japan, this incredible shopping district is chock full with so many fun stores and places to eat. One of my favorite stores in Shibuya is the Mega Don Quixote, which has 8 floors full of pretty much everything and anything you could ever want to buy. Picture Walmart on steroids, but located in a smaller space. Make sure to snap a picture of the most loyal dog there ever was, Hachiko, while traversing through the streets of Shibuya. Thank you so much for watching the video. I had a super fun time in Japan, and I really just want everyone to experience Japan just like I did and make their own memories. It was super fun. If you want to know more about the prices and the specific details on all the places I went to, I'm going to put a link in the description. Sorry, I can't put it here on the screen yet. YouTube doesn't let me. And if you also want to know more about the JR Rail Pass, how to get it and how it works, I'm also going to put a link down in the description that goes over all of that stuff. And if you want me to make a video, just let me know. But thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye.